Hello everyone, and welcome back to Clan Generator. For today, we are going to be starting a new clan, based on a challenge that I am in the process of creating currently, called the Glowing Caverns Challenge. The core idea for this challenge was first suggested by Lilyfields 3748 down in the comments. I thought it was a cool idea, but I wanted to have some lore behind it. And I was inspired by a clan share called Dawn Clan and Dusk Clan, created by Brownie on the Clan Gen Discord. The main inspiration was to have these cats live underground. Alright, let's get into what you've all been waiting for. The story to start off our challenge here. Your cats have lived in the depths of the caverns for generations now. Nobody really remembers why they moved down there in the first place. Legends have been created out of the bits and pieces of stories passed down through the generations. But there are so many that no cat knows which is true. Down in these caverns, there is little light, only small amounts of life, and something else lurking in the dark. Something the cats have come to know as Cavern Shadows. Not much is known about these creatures, except that they used to hunt the clans of the caverns freely, until your clan discovered the many secrets to keeping them at bay. Over the moons, your clan has become both priest and legend to the other clans. But now, their trust in you is shaken when the actions of your leader cause the Cavern Shadows to attack once again. Can you rebuild their trust in you and save the clans once and for all? More of the challenge and the lore of this world will be explored as we go along, but for now we're going to go ahead and create our clan, GlowClan. Next, here's our first set of cats. Now, there's very specific rules for who can be the leader, the deputy, and the medicine cat of this clan. It looks like this set will not be able to be used, I don't think. So we're gonna go ahead and reroll. Come on. Give me something I can use here. This might take a while. Alright. This might be the set we end up going with. Darn, our leader is supposed to be a young adult, and any that might be able to be leader are not young adults. Time to re-roll again. Dash note here makes this the first set of cats we can actually use. He's a young adult, and he's almost all white, which is one of the points of this challenge. So, he is rebellious, which I find to be very interesting, but I'm not sure it really fits. After all, this leader is simply going back to the way things have always been before the last leader messed it all up. But perhaps, secretly, he has a new plan. One that won't mess things up like the last guy did, but one that could perhaps save all the clans once and for all. So I think we're going to go ahead and go with Dash Star here. Now we have to choose a deputy. I think Cressheart is the closest we have to what we're supposed to be going for here. She's supposed to be light pelted with some white markings, at least, if I can't find another like the leader. I feel like this should be what we're going for, but at the same time, I don't know if this brown is light or neutral colored. It's kind of in between, and I don't really like that. But I don't want to have to re-roll again, so I'm just going to put her as deputy here. Also, kind of awkwardly, the only cat that can be the medicine cat has to be Sun Noise, who's bloodthirsty. I mean, I guess it could make sense. Perhaps he's bloodthirsty against the shadows. So we're gonna go ahead and set him as medicine cat. Now we get the rest of our cats, so we're gonna go ahead and Yes, we will take you. We will take you. You. Alright, let's take a look at these ones. Charismatic, good kid sitter. Oh, caterpillar paw, we want you. Green flip. Swallow chill. I want tall kit. Even though I feel bad for recruiting tall kit. And let's see. Should we have lupine shock, green flip, or swallowed shell? I feel like I want green flip. I don't think we can take anyone else. Yep. Alright. Next step. Obviously we're going for Crystal River. I mean, what else did you expect from a clan named GlowClan? Alright. Dash Star is starting things off with drama by eavesdropping on one of his clanmates already. Perhaps he doesn't quite trust the bloodthirsty medicine cat, or maybe he wants to learn something from him. Crestheart is hoping for a break. This last moon has been absolute horror. Many of her clanmates have died right in front of her, and she's just hoping that now there will be a period of peace. Sunnoise is organizing the herb stores. Everything has to get back in order. He's the only medicine cat left, and, well, he must protect his clanmates in the only way he knows how. But he also must learn a few new tricks. Pheasant Zoom, which I love that name by the way, was startled by a shrew while out on patrol. She is an apprentice caterpillar paw, and she is a nervous cat, which makes sense given what she's been through. Greenflip is eavesdropping on Crestheart. He doesn't really trust the new deputy. He liked the old leader, and now, what's going to happen? They're going to go back to their old, dark ways, aren't they? Budpaw isn't paying attention to the lesson, again, despite being the apprentice of the leader, or perhaps because of it. Caterpillar Paw is daydreaming. Tallkit is pestering older cats to play with them. They're a noisy kitten and constantly climbing, which is adorable. Tadpole-kit doesn't want to grow up just yet. A charming lover of stories she is. And Scorch-kit is, of course, asking that question, and oddly observant, which makes sense. Tallkit's noisiness and pestering are probably a result of both of his parents dying. I feel like Scorch-kit might be Crestheart's kit, because look at that. Medium fur length, same coloring. It definitely seems likely. Our StarClan guy just named him Whimsy Puddle. I don't even know. Wow, Greenflip is really, really experienced. Meanwhile, Dash Star, not so much. And the patrol just went and sunned themselves. Wow. Pheasant Zoom instructs Caterpillar Paw to scent the air and nods in approval, and Caterpillar Paw says they smell squirrel. Caterpillar Paw slides into a hunting pose, trying not to focus too hard on making it perfect. They're right not to. Their catch is flawless, and they puff their chest out in pride as Pheasant Zoom praises them. Nice. Good first training session there, Pheasant Zoom. Unlike the leader. Greenflip is stuck escorting the medicine cat to gather herbs, but it turns out he wants to use this time to talk about something else. Sunnoise and Greenflip spend their time on the patrol discussing how, to StarClan, the end of their life did not mean it was the true end. Even in StarClan, cats had their role to play. Actually, I should say Starry Cavern, because that's this clan's version of StarClan. Let's see what the first moon brings us. Tallpaw has reached the end of 6 moons and has been made an apprentice, with Crestheart as their mentor. Tallpaw was also caught sharing prey with a kitty pet, who was chased off by a patrol and got a running nose. Oh gosh. Tallpaw having the worst first moon as an apprentice. Sunnose misstepped and fell from a rock, but landed on their feet nimbly. Wow, Sunnoise. Ow. You're like really old at this point, and still going pretty well. Dash Star has been following the progress of Budpaw for moons. It feels it's time for them to earn their warrior name after the patrol going horribly last moon. Okay, they are granted the name Budrise in honor of their zeal. Greenflip woke up with a mild headache, but went about their day anyway, trying to ignore the nagging pain. Pheasant Zoom stutters while speaking to Budpaw. Pheasant Zoom had a fight with Scorch Kit. Tallpaw wishes they could get their pelt to shine like Scorch Kit's. Caterpillar Paw thinks Scorch Kit was nice to them today. Tadpole Kit stands tall when Caterpillar Paw walks by. Sunnoise is sharing tongues with Greenflip. Sunnoise and Greenflip joke about how bad the other clans smell. Scorch Kit thinks the prey Pheasant Zoom is biting into looks delicious. Dash Star thinks Tallpaw is very helpful. Budrise appreciates how Pheasant Zoom always seems to ask how they're doing. Greenflip challenged Caterpillar Paw to spar with them. Cressart thinks Pheasant Zoom has been acting stuck up and rude. We must change Tallpaw's mentor to Greenflip. For reasons. I feel like Dash Star would just be like, oh yeah, let's not get Greenflip an apprentice. I don't like that guy. And then Cressart's just like, Dash Star, you cannot give me Tallpaw as an apprentice. It is against the rules of the clan and the customs of the clan. And he's just like, oh, darn it. Looking at his relationships, it looks like he doesn't really dislike anyone. I do kind of want to put it so that he dislikes Greenflip, because I feel like that story-wise makes sense. But yeah, other than that, he's just generally a friendly guy. He's also nervous this moon, perhaps worried about another shadow attack. Cressart feels overworked. She doesn't feel like she was ever prepared to be a deputy, and now that she is, it's all too much to handle. Sunnoise is struggling to remember all the names of herbs. He's freaking out. How can he keep taking care of his clan when he doesn't remember the names of the herbs? Pheasant Zoom wants to get to know Budpaw better. Greenflip is finding their new apprentice annoying. Of course she is. Budrise wants to get to know Sunnoise better. Caterpillar Paw is wishing Scorch Kit would play more quietly. Tallpaw feels proud of himself for doing so well in training today. Tadpole Kit is hiding from the other cats, and Scorch Kit is annoying the other cats. I just want to take a moment to appreciate how gorgeous Budrise is. Okay, moment over. I feel like Greenflip would totally go out first on patrol and alone with his apprentice. And we missed it. Maybe that's why Greenflip is annoyed at her apprentice. Gosh, I keep calling Greenflip a guy. Why? Hey, we came across a shrew. We missed it. Sadness. Oh gosh. I feel like I should not proceed. I'm gonna proceed. Oh, nice. Nice. We found a nice spot of prey. Of course, our clan is actually deep underground, but he found a spot where things are growing, which is very good for GlowClan. Oop, time to go tend graves. And we got rosemary. And it's a nice, time of reflection. I was just looking through relationships here, and sheesh, look at all of that. Good relationship with Greenflip. Maybe it'll bloom into something romantic? I don't know. I don't know if he really has time for that sort of thing as the clan's only medicine cat. He's not that long for this world at this point. But, wow, that is a lot. It has to mean something. Tallpaw's running nose has finally stopped running. The day is so nice out that Budrise decided to sneak out of camp and go play in the flowers without anyone noticing. They came back with a swollen paw, having stepped on a bee. Of course. Oh dear. Greenflip feels relieved at the lack of pain in their head. The headache seems to have finally gone away. Relationship-wise, Pheasant Zoom is telling a secret to Dash Star, but Dash Star tells someone else's secret to them. Oh gosh. Alright. Tall Paw sees Caterpillar Paw's piece of prey looks tastier and they agree to swap. Caterpillar Paw asks Cressheart how they're doing. Tadpole quickly apologizes after bumping into Greenflip, and they have a small laugh about it. Tall Paw seems oblivious to Sun Noise glaring at them from across camp. Dash Star had a difficult conversation with Tall Paw, and they now have a deep understanding of each other. I'm wondering what that could be about. I think I might have a decent idea. Budrise saw Sun Noise the other day and did get a chance to meow hello. Greenflip thinks Budrise was nice to them, and Cressheart doesn't think that Sun Noise is completely honest lately. Dash Star eavesdrops on Cressheart. Cressheart wants a break again. Sun Noise is looking forward to the half-moon meeting. Pheasant Zoom is helping to escort the medicine cat to gather herbs. Greenflip tries to set a good example for younger cats. Budrise is rethinking their life choices. Caterpillar Paw practiced their newest battle moves. Tall Paw is saving the softest bedding for their own nest. Tadpole Kit was wishing Scorch Kit would play more quietly, and Scorch Kit wishes other cats would stop babying them. Caterpillar Paw spies a rabbit on the other side of the MeadowClan border. A tempting opportunity to be sure, but it may not be wise to hunt on a different clan's territory. Now, I'm not really sure when I should proceed and not proceed. I don't really even have rules for that written into the challenge yet. I'm trying to kind of gauge how hard it is so that I can decide what should be done about that. Usually I have some convoluted rules, like in Savannah Clan, that I often break anyway for lore purposes. I guess I'll just look at what I know about her mentor and her and see if I think they would proceed for story purposes. I think her nervous mentor would want to tell her to not proceed. I could have proceeded, but I'm pretty sure you always go and catch the rabbit. I'm not entirely sure, though. We might have had some sort of, deciding not to do it moment, and the apprentice could have learned more from that, but Greenflip wanders past an old badger set dug into the rocky hillside, only to freeze. There's new scent here, acrid and sour. Greenflip is a wise cat. I don't think it's worth getting our apprentice hurt. Also, I'm pretty sure this badger set is probably not a badger at all, and instead a shadow creature. Given how Tall Paw could be a major target for this shadow creature and Greenflip, maybe Greenflip would just go back to camp and tell the camp about it, but I can't proceed. I can't lose this challenge, right away. The older warrior suggests this might be a good chance to practice new hunting techniques. Both cats have a nice practice session. Nice. Dash Star tells Sun Noise about the dream they had last night and what the Star Clan vision could mean for GlowClan. But Sun Noise can't make any sense of it. The Starry Cavern hasn't been as vocal lately with the clan cats, which is part of why Sun Noise and the other cats are so nervous. Has the Starry Cavern abandoned them, perhaps? Tadpole Paw has reached the age of 6 months and has been made an apprentice with Dash Star as their mentor. I'm gonna have to check that and make sure that's right. Pheasant Zoom is having a wonderful time discussing recent clan moves with Dash Star. Pheasant Zoom caught Scorch Kit complaining about them behind their back. Tall Paw appreciates Greenflip telling them they had a feather stuck to their face. Caterpillar Paw quickly apologizes after bumping into Sun Noise. Sun Noise chats with Budrise after grabbing something to eat. Sun Noise had a difficult conversation with Cressheart, and they now have a deeper understanding of each other. Greenflip is surprised to hear Dash Star express an idea they can agree with. And Cressheart covered for Tall Paw on something minor. Dash Star looks forward to today. Cressheart wants to go on patrol with Tall Paw. Well, we'll make that happen. Sun Noise is looking forward to the half-moon meeting again. Pheasant Zoom is nervously glancing around camp. Greenflip tries to set a good example for younger cats. Budrise gets into an argument over something utterly trivial. Caterpillar Paw wishes Dash Star would notice them. Tall Paw had quite the adventure today, and Tadpole Paw thinks their life choices. rethinks their life choices. Scorch Kit is busy mastering a battle move they're performing incorrectly. I'm gonna go ahead and put these two on patrol with each other and not even bring in Green Flip. And yes, they caught the rabbit. I guess Tall Paw just needed a little boost of confidence. Being taken out by the deputy herself is certainly confidence building. Greenflip, a little disgruntled by his apprentice being taken away, decides to go out and think about the dream they had last night. Was it sent by the starry caverns? Were they finally talking to the clan again? They used their time to put their thoughts in order. It was a sign from their ancestors. Now she needed to figure out what to do next. The visions seemed to show GlowClan, but not living underground like they always have. Instead, having set up another camp somewhere else. She needed to tell this to Dashstar. Perhaps this is what he was thinking of? Oh my gosh, I just stumbled upon this, and it does make sense, I guess. It's awesome, and also it's kind of funny to see just like this being the final 8 lives because there's nobody else in Stockland. Tadpole does seem to have some sort of relation to Dashstar, perhaps his child or a sibling of his, a younger sibling. I'm not really sure. I think we should have our first apprentice patrol with multiple apprentices. Conquer Clan, well that's another new clan. Now, this seems to be a common interaction. Now, in the lore of the world, most of these clans get along. The one exception being the Surface Clan, which has now basically disowned us. They don't want anything to do with us anymore after we stopped using our own methods and it caused a lot of their cats to die. So, I mean, we shouldn't proceed. If we do, we're gonna have maybe some bad relations. Yeah, let's not. I think I accidentally put Caterpillar Paw not with their mentor, but that's okay. And wow, Pheasant Zoom is quite interested in the Starry Cavern. Very interesting. Tall Paw has gotten heat exhaustion, Sun Noise got a splinter, and Budraise's bee sting is all better. Pheasant Zoom is faced with a tough decision and wonders what Dashstar would do. They help Tadpole Paw pick burrs out of their fur. Perhaps the tough decision is not telling something about Tadpole Paw to the others. Tall Paw said they'd cover for Tadpole Paw, but when it came time, they got Tadpole Paw in trouble. Maybe Tall Paw ends up solving this by telling everyone what Tadpole Paw did anyway. Caterpillar Paw finds a bit of fluff that reminds them of Sun Noise and adds it to their nest. Tadpole Paw thinks Dashstar was nice to them today. Sun Noise notices how Pheasant Zoom is being helpful around camp. Sun Noise tells a story to Greenflip. Scorch Kit is having a wonderful time discussing recent clan news with Caterpillar Paw. Dashstar notices how Budrise is being helpful. Budrise shares tongue with Dashstar. Greenflip thinks Budrise is helpful. Cressheart noticed Dashstar flirting with someone else. Okay, apparently Cressheart had a crush on Dashstar, but Dashstar was flirting with someone else. I gotta check this. I guess maybe they did have a relationship, but now it's gone because Dashstar flirted with someone else. I do wonder who. I mean, there's not many other cats around their age. Not even Cressheart is around Dashstar's age. Budrise is actually the closest, but that seems a little it's a little awkward given they were apprentice and mentor. Of course that's happened before, but only with cats that were, like under 10 moons apart. I don't know. Also, And the rules of the challenge Dash Star cannot respectively be mates with Budrise. And we'll get to that in a minute. I'm running out of time here. I gotta go quicker with this thing. Scorchkit doesn't want to be an apprentice yet, but she will be next moon. Tadpolepop promises to do their best, and Tallpaw is hoping they won't be assigned to a patrol. Well, you won't be. You have heat exhaustion. Caterpillarpaw thinks they're going crazy. Budrise eavesdrops on Sun Noise. Greenflip wants to get to know Sun Noise better. Everybody's just eavesdropping on Sun Noise. Of course. Sun Noise is a bit cross with Scorchkit. Cressheart is wondering how Pheasant Zoom is doing. Everyone wonders how Pheasant Zoom is doing. Ooh, another vision. No cat can make sense of it. Greenflip must go on patrol on her own, so she decides to go and escort Sun Noise. And we got the Longwort. Ooh, let's proceed. A kitty pet. The kitty pet notices them and bundles toward the patrol, whose pelts rush out in surprise. The kitty pet quickly begins a story about how they've been training for days now, and they're finally ready to join GlowClan. Well, alright then. This kitty pet, having been a kitty pet, has made the journey from the surface, so in a way they might have already proven themselves, though the other clans might have guided them gently towards GlowClan. Not wanting them to join their own ranks, but also not wanting to turn away a valuable resource that is a cat in these dark places. Here is Frisk. She's a young adult of 35 moons with an adorable accessory. And she's sneaky and a good teacher with actually a really decent amount of experience. Well, now we finally have someone who's in Dash Star's age range and isn't awkward, but not quite sure that he can actually become mates with her. Actually, checking my own challenge, yes he can. Well, it's kind of hard to tell. Is this a neutral colored cat, or is it a neutral with light marking cat? That's the distinction I need to make to be able to tell where she fits into the hierarchy of the clan. I'm not really sure. Cressheart here is considered white colored with light markings. So this is light. I think it's the same color as Cressheart's, although it gets darker out on the edges. Where's Cressheart? Yeah. Okay, I think she just barely scooches. She does have to go on a patrol to prove herself. Should Cressheart be over this since she's the deputy and a senior warrior? Yes, probably. I think she wants her to fail, though. We're going to proceed. And they bat pebbles into the Shadow's den. Cressheart wins the grand prize, thwacking a pebble down into the set that causes an explosion of outraged fizzing as the badger inside is weakened. Oh man, well, they awoke a cavern shadow that was hiding in the dark. I'm not sure that that's a good thing, but they survived, and Cressheart seems to have liked this idea. And we have Budrise left going on patrol by themselves. What happens if you do not proceed anyway on this? Oh man. Budrise might die here. I feel like I should proceed, even though I don't want to. Budrise yells until their voice is hoarse and their throat is sore. Thankfully, a patrol passes by after a few hours and frees Budrise. Yeah, cave-ins do happen around here a lot. Thankfully, Budrise is freed. Caterpillarpaw is now known as Caterpillar Tuft, honored for their hard work. Sun Noise's small cut is sealed up nicely. Cressheart sees how nervous Scorchpaw is, and whispers a quiet encouragement to them as they touch noses, promising to be a good mentor. I do think, though, that Scorchpaw should probably be set as a medicine cat apprentice, because our boy the medicine cat is getting kinda old. And Scorchpaw has never really seemed to be the warrior type. Pheasant Zoom appreciates how Tallpaw always seems to ask how they're doing, and caught Dashstar complaining about her behind her back. Tallpaw thinks Dashstar isn't very considerate of others. Ooh, there's a rift happening, and it'll soon be clear why, if we can get to that before this episode ends. Caterpillar Tuft thinks Dashstar has been acting strangely lately. Tadpolepaw is giving Frisk a task. Sudden Noise swaps favorite prey with Caterpillar Tuft. Sudden Noise is sharing prey with Frisk. Scorchpaw appreciates Greenflip telling them they had a feather stuck to their face. Dashstar is bossing Scorchpaw around. Dashstar feels like Frisk hasn't been paying much attention to them lately. Apparently Dashstar wants attention from Frisk. I like how the most romantic stuff I'm getting is just negative effects are surrounding it, even though nobody's had any romantic that I can tell. Okay. Greenflip and Scorchpaw joke about how bad the other plants smell. Pressheart thinks that Scorchpaw is biting into delicious prey. Frisk is thinking about how much Tadpolepaw reminds them of their own apprentice days, or their own young cat days, I should say. Pressheart does their best to honor their clan and their leader. Hey, Sudden Noise, right on schedule. Pheasant Zoom has the apprentices engaged in a very, very tall tale. Perhaps one about the day the camp was attacked and she fought off a shadow. Single pod. Greenflip is trying to set a good example. Frisk feels excited. Budrise takes note of Tallpaw's journey as an apprentice. Caterpillar Tuft feels excited. Tallpaw is asking Frisk for advice. Tadpolepaw wonders if the starry cavern has given Sudden Noise any prophecies lately. Scorchpaw is hoping Cressart won't assign them to the next patrol. And I do think we're going to set Scorchpaw to be a medicine cat apprentice, seeing as the medicine cat was thinking of taking on one, and Scorchpaw is the only one really available for that, and she doesn't seem to want to be a warrior, really. Here we go! My favorite activity in Clan Gen, setting cats to be medicine cat apprentices when I feel like I need them to be. We caught the shrew this time, because Frisk caught it. Interesting. Turns out she is a good hunter as well as a clever cat. Pheasant Zoom is trying to cheer Greenflip up. And they see a bird of prey? They haven't seen one of those in a long time. It's come down through the hole at the top of the cavern. And it seems to be wanting to fish? Wow. Well, they are clever about this rare opportunity and end up catching many, many pieces of prey for their clan. Ooh, certainly an eventful first patrol. Sudden Noise follows the strange sounds of the wind and finds the bodies of an unknown queen with their kids beside them. Oh no. Well, no kits can be saved today. Poor Scorchpaw, this has got to be a traumatic event. Nice. Cressheart is proving themselves to be a very good hunter. It is the moon. It is time. Unfortunately, Frisk has dislocated a joint right before this event, and Tallpaw has managed to recover from their heat exhaustion. The cats know what is coming at the end of this moon, and so they try and make the time they have with each other last, make it matter. Pheasant Zoom is promising to always look out for Cressheart. Pheasant Zoom always thought Budrise had it all figured out, so they're surprised when Budrise asks for help. Pheasant Zoom also goes for a nice long walk with Greenflip. Tallpaw waves to Budrise with their tail high as their patrols cross paths. Caterpillar Tuft, meanwhile, is bickering with Cressheart. This isn't right. It isn't fair. Why does this happen? Why would we do something like this? Caterpillar Tuft was perhaps unaware that this was going to happen. And now that it's here, she wants to let them know it's not okay. Tadpolepaw is apologizing to Greenflip. Sudden Noise saw Greenflip show off a skill they never knew they had, as Greenflip is practicing, preparing for something. Dashstar thinks Pheasant Zoom was nice to them today. Dashstar, Tallpaw, and Tadpolepaw took a sunbath and had a talk. Budrise stayed up all night thinking of ways to impress Caterpillar Tuft. Romance! Finally! Brainflip is surprised to hear Dashstar express an ideal they can agree with. Cressheart gives Budrise some feathers from the bird they caught to line their nest, and Frisk greets Budrise as they're exiting the warrior's den. You see, Dashstar must implement back into the clan the old ways. The ways that kept all of the clans safe for so many moons, even though he knows they aren't right. He does, however, have a plan to get rid of the abominations that are the Shadows once and for all. But he can't do that right now. For now, the clan must simply survive. You see, the cats don't live in the glowing cavern for no reason, and they aren't called GlowClan for nothing. Cats with light-colored and white fur are able to reflect the light of the crystals, which confuses and even harms the Shadows when they go to attack them. But others aren't so lucky, unable to reflect back the light of the crystals. They would be killed if the Shadows were to attack. And so the clan has made it its long-standing tradition to give those cats to the Shadows in order to prevent an attack where they would die anyway. Who lives and who dies is decided in a fight to the death, and who wins that fight to the death is up to you. There will be a pinned comment down in the description with the reply of mine for every cat that you had the opportunity to vote on. The two cats with the most votes will die. Being the only true dark-furred cat in the clan, Tallpaw has known this day has been coming for a while, and is terrified. However, Dashstar isn't heartless, and decides to make this first fight not a fight to the death, like a usual dark-furred fight would be, but a fight to the win, like a neutral-furred fight would be, and add in two neutral with dark markinged cats, Pheasant Zoom and Greenflip. The two are most likely to try and team up against the other cat. However, there is no ability to team up. There's only 3 cats, and one will survive. I'm going to quickly give you a look at each of the cats' relationships. This is Tallpaw, this is Pheasant Zoom, and this is Greenflip. Do with that as you like. Now, it wouldn't be fair to not tell you that if the 2 neutral dark cats are voted, well, that's twice that the offering has to fail, and that goes without saying that it's not really a good thing if that happens, if you catch my drift. So, vote accordingly. Or, just keep Tallpaw alive, because Tallpaw is awesome. Okay, I will see you all next time.